Dude. All right, Steve. We live and in color.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm not for sure. We'll who we'll have here today. If anybody will hop in and watching, I'm gonna put the link. If anybody wants to pop in with us, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So if somebody wants to copy and paste and hop in here shortly, if we get a couple people in here, that'd be great. I mean, our conversation will probably tend towards wrestling, but I did want to talk about. You brought it up right before we went live about the YouTube Hall of Fame. So I was going to ask you, what were your? Hey, what's up, Mark from Kentucky? We're going to be talking some wrestling, Mark. If you
What
want
up,
to hop
Mark?
in, so I'm gonna see if I can go to the chat real quick if it lets me post a comment. All right. Mark's a hit and miss on the chat thing, so I don't ever know if he can do it or not.
Hey, since you're doing that, can I use your phone to look at the
Dude.
the chat?
Yeah, there you go. I got it in there now. That's what she said. You get it in there now? I swear it's in.
Get it in.
But yeah, what's up, Mark? Old school wrestling. We can talk old school wrestling, man. We don't got to talk about modern day stuff. We can just talk about anything. I'm actually getting ready to talk about the YouTube Hall of Fame, dude. That's what we're getting ready to talk about. I was gonna let that be the first topic. So I know you got something to do with that, Holmes.
Purple GT ain't getting in.
Also a YouTube Hall of Famer. So
Purple GT ain't getting in.
You ain't getting in. Uh-oh.
No.
You're not getting in, dude?
Not getting in.
That sucks, man.
That's my call. No, I don't know if I am. That's just my call now. I think it's going to be Jimmy Guns. This is my just guess. Jimmy Guns, Amish Dave. I am Carlos. Caleb's Cards. I'm missing somebody. I know I've heard somebody else's name a lot more than I've heard. Oh, there's a couple of them. But yeah,
is it only 5 to get in now? Is that what it is? It's 5 gets in?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if he was doing that the year before, I would never got in because I think I was like the last of the 10.
The 10, yeah, I know. I was so mad when they changed. I won't lie to you, I was kind of pissed off when they changed it to 10. Not in a negative way, but
right.
Kind of like you one of them, oh fuck, well now I'm definitely never getting in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Mark said he thinks it's Jimmy Guns, and then the other one might be Rated Rookie.
Rated Rookie, yep, that's one. I think I'll come in 8th or 9th. That's what my if that was my guess.
Yeah,
I definitely got the most votes I've ever gotten, which is cool to hear people mention my name, but
right.
It is what it is,
What's up, Renato? Obrigado, my friend, for coming in today. But yeah,
Jab's family definitely deserves it,
I know. That's who I voted for. I wasted a vote for him, dude.
I know.
I had to be stupid, man. I had a couple stupid. I figured people wouldn't appreciate me even less if I came in and tried to be too serious. So I was like, if I've been gone for so many years and I pop in and I'm just trying to act like I know everybody's business, they're gonna be like, "Get out of here, dude." So
and then Bob Lewis, I couldn't even read. I felt like I was having to look at the screen, what does that say?
He probably wrote in some hieroglyphics or something, Bob.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I told Bob today, but I was talking to Mangini, and he said that he'll probably be able to meet up with us in Pittsburgh while we're all there together, hopefully.
Really?
Yeah, I talked because he said his new area, I guess, is his responsibility with his job or whatever. His new area of the country puts him back in the Pittsburgh area. So he said that he may be able to make it work where he can be working, which is I'm sure is legit, but he can be working the same time I'm in town. Maybe we can all get together. So I'm like, that'd be 4 big old boy. YouTubers all hanging out together, we're gonna get in some trouble.
Heck yeah, bring your nunchucks with you.
Yeah, he better bring them nunchucks. Exactly. I'm gonna
I
bring
actually
it.
know. I actually know how to use the nunchucks for years. I was in Taekwondo, and man, I loved it.
Well, you know, I'll
And,
have my phone going, and I'll let you and him go with nunchuck off. You all
yeah,
can
I'll
just whip
probably
each
need a.
other's asses with nunchucks.
Hey, I can. I can't hang with him, but I'll tell you what, I can throw him around a little bit. I'll probably break my nose in the process, but it's been a few years.
You're like, I'll break my nose and hit myself in the nuts, but I'll do it. I'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Oh man. So let me ask you then. We'll move on. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work out or how it's going to shake out when it comes to the YouTube Hall of Fame. I just know that I've been watching, like I said, a lot more videos recently, trying to get reacclimated to it all. And there was a lot of channels, obviously not being around a lot. It's funny because there was a lot of channels I hadn't heard about before, didn't know much about, but also it's kind of cool because a lot of people were being mentioned are people I've known, and they're still around, which is cool that they're still doing stuff. So I guess it was kind of cool to see like some of the old stalwarts or whatever still kind of plugging along, doing their thing. So
yeah, it's cool to see that people are finally getting like a little bit of, the old guys that kind of got forgotten about when the newer guys came in, like kind of get a little bit of credit.
Right. Well, I think the way Jake had it set up now also it's helpful because you can't be like a flash in the pan guy that shows up for a year and then just disappears into the ether. Like you have to have some longevity to your channel, so that's kind of good. I like that. I think that was one of the things about it that I didn't like initially, which probably it didn't help me or hurt me the first couple of times because it didn't matter. I didn't get in anyways. But I was already around enough for that point, so I would fall into that category. But I think if you watch I Am Carlos, he had some really good takes on it. I liked it. I don't know if you watched this video.
Yeah.
But he has some good takes, and I'm like, I think he hit it right the nail on the head in my opinion.
Yeah, I it's funny because I'm Sports Car. Is it I'm Sports Car Dad? Is that the guy's name?
Oh yeah, the guy that calls the kerfluffle.
Yeah. So I kind of like got into it with him on YouTube and like in the comment section, and I was letting some words fly, and really I had no reason to let words fly, but you know how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And I admit I'm an idiot, but so I was like, this idiot never shows cards anyway. The best thing they got hanging them paintings in the background. But so later on, I saw a video. Then I commented. I was like, "Hey, I'm the idiot that was all negative," and so.
Well, he got so much heat, not just from you, from a lot of people because they're talking about he's sports card dad and he was sports card investor before that or whatever.
Yeah,
and he never shows cards. And ever since then, apparently he's been showing cards. So I don't know. That's just a hot minute thing if he's going to stick to that program. But it's like, you don't ever show anything. You talk about all the stuff that you buy and you have, and that this is the card you should buy. These are the cards you should do this or that with. Where is your cards? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of ridiculous.
But I told him then, like, hey, I'm the idiot that was a complete douchebag in your comments about your last video, but you probably are a good guy, so I apologize about my comments were just ignorant, man. It was something that like a 5-year-old 10-year-old would type into so I get fired up sometimes, so hey.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that part of you when we're all in Pittsburgh together.
Yeah. I'm normally mellow and laid back, and
well, I mean, everybody has those moments. I mean, there have been plenty of times, I'm sure you've seen it or you've heard about it some, of me having meltdowns on the YouTube back in the day with some of the stuff people would say or do, or just not really towards me because I could care less about that, but like the people's takes on certain things, and I would end up doing a video, or I would go ballistic in the comments, or I would go live and then like try to do nuclear meltdown on people. So I mean, I'm the last person that won't have anything to say, but other than I can totally understand. We all go there sometimes, and other people are better than maybe me or you that can keep it to themselves or try to be a little bit more classy about it. But You know, it is what it is.
Hey, back in the day, I used to be the guy that cussed people out on video, and that was when people made rant videos, and so I
Yeah,
tried to. You got to grow. I mean, I try to say grow up, but yeah, you never grow up. But
right. I'm
I got.
gonna be always a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah, exactly. But
Well, it's funny because back when I was trying to be somewhat before I went full, whatever what I would call full out of control or whatever, and just completely melted down. I'd bounce off suggestions or ideas or thoughts I had to Bob. I'm like, Bob, this is an idea I have for a video. This is for a rant video. This is an idea for me to go with somebody like attack. And he's like, well, Jason, I don't know if I do that, but you're an adult. But I don't know if you want to. Maybe you want to think that through. So he was like a really good sounding board because there was probably be a lot more videos and a lot more burned bridges maybe if it wasn't for Bob being able to like talk me off the ledge. So because Bob's it's funny because Bob, you don't know how passionate Bob is about stuff because he has like a persona on Facebook or on YouTube. He's like Mr. Chilled Out, relaxed dude. He is, but like. Obviously he has opinions and thoughts like anybody else, but you would never know on his videos. And it's funny because even though Bob can only see where I'm coming from or even agree, he's like, it's probably not the best approach you could go right there, Jason. Maybe a different approach, maybe you might want to think, or maybe change those words to something a little bit different. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's good to have friends like that who don't want to see you burn yourself to the ground on accident and sit around and watch you flame down, so.
Yeah.
So
One thing
anyway.
I've done over the years is when I record a video, I'll at least watch it back, and if it's bad, then I'll be like, yep, that can't go up.
See, that's smart because I usually send the video through and go ahead, hit enter and send it through. And then I have it up for a while, then I'm like, oh God, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Sometimes I pull it down, sometimes I just bite the bullet and go, you know what? It's out there. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah. But anyway, so move on. We'll move on to some different topics or whatnot. Kind of in the same vein with the YouTube Hall of Fame. So as a person who's kind of not been around, well, not kind of, I haven't been around that much. What are some channels that you watched this past year that are new to you that you really enjoyed? And what are a couple ones that you have always been watching that you just maybe just a shout them out or just like give them a shout out or whatever? But maybe if you can tell me a couple of channels that you really enjoy that's been around for a while, and two, what are some new channels that you got turned on to over the last year or so that you really enjoyed?
So a couple of the older channels, a couple of the newer, I'm mentioning a couple of the newer ones first, but
sure.
One I really like is For Soft Corners.
For Soft Corners, okay.
Yeah.
I should be writing these down, but I'll try to remember. Okay, For Soft Corners.
This is where I should have been writing stuff like other stuff down.
Yeah, we know if you write stuff down, you're not going to be able to keep it
anyway. Get thrown away. Yeah.
It'll get thrown in the garbage.
Yeah, that's me. So yeah, it's For Soft Corners is really cool because he buys a lot of vintage and doesn't care like if there's tape hanging off of it, like he's just different. I don't know. And he tries to, I guess, save the cards in a way, like, because they'll try and get as much of the tape off without removing, like, tearing the card up even more.
Sure.
So it's just interesting. He also collects modern stuff, so I can appreciate that too. He's a Phillies fan. That's not a positive for me, but
no, it's not a positive.
But hey,
he's in the same boat with Alex Bowman 53 and Wesker Griff and Myco and all those guys, all those scumbags.
Yeah. So, but I met Myco and Wesker Griff and all them guys. I figured he's probably a pretty good dude too. So hey,
right. Yeah, those guys are solid dudes. I'm just teasing, just in case somebody didn't see that. I was like winking and nod. Those guys are great. But
I lost my cheesesteak virginity, my Philly cheesesteak virginity to Myco. So
oh geez, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it wasn't what I expected, but hey.
Oh my gosh!
What do you do?
Somebody just got paid.
I think that was probably an offer.
Uh,
I put an old
so
jersey.
4 soft corners.
4 soft
Anybody
corners.
else?
There's a bunch. Hold on here. Let me get to my channel.
You know, one channel that the guys out of control always starting some static is New York Yankees fan 7. That guy up here. Yeah, you got that guy has some absolute fire. The only problem he has in this community is everybody's jealous of his collection. So
I'm jealous.
I know, dude. It's so good because I used to think that he hid his face and he hid his location where he lives and everything because maybe he worked for like, you know, a real like, you know, FBI or CIA or something. But I realized he has so much fire in his collection. If people knew where he lived, he ended up getting robbed every single day. So, you know.
Well, let me tell you a little story. He did a video on his I think it was top 50 cards. I think this is pretty recent. And it wasn't a negative thing, but in out loud I was said, you know what, fuck this guy. Because
he gets that a lot, I bet.
No, because he's showing his cards and like he'll be showing a grade and it'll be a higher grade of a vintage, like a really, you know, nice vintage card. And he had a couple that I had, but I had them in like 1s and 2s. And it kind of, I don't know.
And he had them in 11s.
It wasn't in a negative way. It was just like, you know what, fuck this guy, man. He got like all the nice shit, but
you know,
I say that with all.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say that with all nothing negative. You know what I mean?
Right. With all due respect, right? But so as it's funny you say that because I got caught up on Scott's channel, Scotty Tradition. I was trying to get caught up on. I've been going back and watching everybody's stuff. The guys I used to watch a lot before, and then like trying to keep up on it. So I've got caught up with Scotty's stuff, and it was funny because he was like doing like his top 50 or his top 100 or the most expensive cards in his collection, and he's like, yeah, this one last year was 600, but now it's 1,200, and this one was only 150, now it's 700. I'm like, Scott, shut the hell up, dude. And I know, and he's not doing it in an arrogant way. I mean, he's just telling you the reality. And it's, hey, this is what it is, you know? He's not like sucks to suck, guys. But I'm just like, he's like, last year this car was only $80, but this year it's $450. I'm like, oh, only $450? I was like, oh my gosh. And then he goes, I'll trade away it all away for a Soon Tech OPS 88 trading card. We got another heavy hitter in here, dude. Oh, what's up, Mark from Kentucky? What's up?
What's up, man?
I feel like this is back in 2019, dude. What's up now? We got.
I haven't done this in a while.
Hey, Mark, before I forget, dude, I want to tell you there is a card show this Sunday in Shelbyville, Indiana, first time ever card show. And it's even closer to you than before.
It's in Shelbyville, Indiana?
Shelbyville, Indiana. If you were going to go, you let me know. I'll meet you out there.
Let me Google let me see where that's at. Hang on.
I think it's probably about 2 hours from you, hour and 45 minutes. I don't know for sure. The Shelbyville, Indiana, right next to Whitestown. So just FYI.
When is it?
It's Sunday. I can send you the information, but I think it's Sunday from like, 9 or 10 to 2 or 3 or whatever. But
it's this Sunday?
This Sunday, yeah. It's the very first show they're ever going to do. So it might be a good one to hit up because, well, you know how it goes. It could be a good one or a terrible one. Like no one shows up, it's terrible. But and also because it doesn't have much traction, there might not be that many people.
It's pretty. It's about 20 minutes less. 2 hours. 2 hours and 21 minutes from my house.
So I just thought if you want to go, let me know. I'll meet you there, dude. But I didn't want to go without somebody to a friend with. So
do they have it every Sunday or just one Sunday? Or
I think it's like his maiden voyage. So this is the first Sunday they've ever done it. So I guess if it goes well, maybe they'll start doing them once a month. If they don't do well, maybe I don't know. But my buddy who does all the supplies basically for this area now, he's setting up there, and he sounds like he's pretty high on the show. I think he knows the people behind it. So I don't know if there's going to be 10 tables or 110 tables. I have no idea, but it's about an hour from my house. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah. So if I don't set up, because I set up once a month.
Oh, okay.
At this show on Sundays in Shepherdsville. You know that most often flea market in Shepherdsville?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a small show there. There's usually only about 5 or 6 of us that set up for this show, but I do it every once a month, and it's the first weekend of the month every month. So we'll see.
Well, just let me know. You could maybe set up at this show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, just keep me posted, man. No worries. What's up, Henry S? Thanks for popping in, brother. So, hey, I was asking Steve. So I asked you, Mark, as he was looking through some of the stuff in his past year. What are some of the channels that you've continued to enjoy over the years, have been around for a while, and maybe some of the new channels that you've got turned onto this year for the YouTube community? Like, talk to me like this is my first day joining YouTube. I don't know much.
I mean, I watch.
So like normal, like I'm an idiot.
I mean, I watch the same old guys. I watch, Ray from Philly, and I still watch Mike, Baseball Collector.
Yeah.
But I really like Lou Rock.
Lou Rock, okay.
That's
really
one
like
that
me and him collect about the same. We almost have the same collection, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's cool.
But I really like his channel. One of the newer channels that I haven't seen anybody mention because he might not be eligible yet is I think it's called Scotty B Cards. He's
Scotty B Cards. He does like Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, he does a lot of analytical stuff with the cards. He can determine like how many cards of like a purple Wander Franco, how many's been printed. He's got a formula. He does stuff like that and tries to figure out what's the best rookie card to buy, things like that. So I like him. I like him a lot. But most of just the old, John Mangini, of course. Let me see. Of course, I still watch Dave Blue Jacket 66.
Is he still as snarky as ever?
Oh yeah, Tops 85 401.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, I still remember some of this stuff.
Yeah. I like Victor, the rookie card specialist. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you all. I know Alex talks about this guy all the time, and I've watched some of his stuff before, but I just never stayed consistent. And it's nothing against him, but I want to say that because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, look, Jason's throwing shade." It's like I just haven't watched it consistently. But what about G's Mikey?
Oh yeah, I watched G's Mikey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need other people than Alex because Alex doesn't have really good taste. I mean, we're friends and all, so I don't know if I can trust Alex's taste. Bowman 53, but he's been talking about G's Mikey. He goes, dude, you and him have so much in common, like the way you all like interact or talk or the way you all do stuff. I'm like, I need to give this guy a look. So I need to go and check his channel out some more.
Yeah, he's cool. He just built a peg wall in his baseball card room and put packs on, so it looks like a card shop in there.
Nice,
cool.
Nice. How about Blippy? Anyone watch Blippy or Blip? Does anybody? I don't know if Yanks fans yanking my chain or if he's being serious. I don't know. Is there somebody named Blippy or Blip in the community?
I don't know. I don't. If there is, I haven't watched him.
That's cracking me up. He probably just want me to say it just to be like, "Ha ha, sucker, you said it." And it's like some kind of like sex thing or something. He's like, "You just said it." Oh my gosh. Okay, so all the standard guys, and then there's a few of the new ones. So that's cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So who are some of the people you voted for, Mark, this year?
Well, the way I do mine is like if I vote for you once, I vote for you until you get in. So last year I only had 3 guys fall off of my ballot. 3 guys got in. So 3 new guys I voted for was Lou Rock, Jimmy Guns, and Hitman 23.
Oh, Mike, Hitman 23.
Hitman's been getting a bunch of votes too.
Yeah, because I got some old school guys in there, like Be More Greg. I think he had a channel. It's called Be More Greg Sports Cards.
Yep.
I think he had a channel because he's been here for a long time, deleted it, and now he's got like less subscribers, and he might not qualify for time because he deleted his channel. And DB Tiller. I vote for him every year. Yeah, I vote for him every year. Ethan's Sports Cards. He's from Kentucky. He's from
Yeah,
Lancaster.
he doesn't get enough love from people.
He's a great kid, and he's opening his own card shop in Lancaster. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes away from me.
In Lancaster, Ohio?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky.
Oh, there's a Lancaster. Oh, wow. I didn't know that in Kentucky. Yeah. I'm in Lancaster, PA, so.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We ride horse and buggies around for fun.
So this car show that you set up at once a month, Mark, how's the turnout for? You said it's in a flea market, right, or antique store or something?
It's usually pretty slow, but I've had, I mean, just like anything, you have good weeks and bad. You know, I mean, I'm really not there to make money.
You're there to buy stuff.
That sounds stupid, but you know, I'll buy stuff or just talk with people and stuff like that. The last show was crazy because everyone always comes by and says, "Oh, I got this at home. I got this Mickey Mouse at home. I got this at home. I got that at home." And they like, "Are you guys gonna be here next week?" Or no, we're here. We'll be next month. Oh, okay, I'll bring them in. So they never show up. Well, this older guy popped in and he's got a Walmart bag full of slabs. And he's like, I got a Pete Rose rookie in here. I got a Yogi Berra rookie in here. I got this. And they're old vintage. And sure shit, he had a Pete Rose rookie and a SGC 5.
Wow.
He had a Yogi Berra second-year card.
What was that grade? Do you remember?
So, just some pretty cool stuff that was graded, and then some oddball stuff. Like he had the 1982 Pete Rose Kmart card graded. You know.
Wow. Yeah.
So anyway, there was only 4 of us there, so all 4 of us looked through his stuff. And the first run, I wasn't interested in any of that stuff. So one of the other guys, he's like, "I'll take $5,000 for the whole bag." And then we started looking up comps. We're worth near 5,000.
Right.
So he said, "All right, I'll take 3,200 for the rose." Looked up comps on the rose is when you were worth from $1,400 to $1,600. So anyway, one of the guys ended up buying the rose. There was a Sparky Anderson rookie and like a PSA 5, and like a 61 Frank Robinson in good shape. He bought all 3 of those for $800.
He went from 5,000 to 800.
Yeah. So and he sold a couple other things to cover it. So then he says, "Well, I got more at home. I got binders. I got stuff at home." And then we're like, "We'll bring him next time." He goes, "What if I bring him today? Will y'all buy some?" I said, "Well," we said, "Well, we'll look at them. There's no promises, but we'll look at them." So sure shit, 30 minutes later, he comes back with these binders, and then another bag full of slabs. And we start looking through the binders. The first page is 1971 tops, and then it goes backwards 70, 69, 69, 68, 67, 60, all the way back to like 51 Bowmans.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Most of them were commons. Most of them were beat up. He did have 2 manuals in there. He had a 66 and a 68 manual, but both of them were really, really beat up. So I started looking through his stuff, and I pull out a Lou Brock rookie, a 62 Lou Brock rookie. I pull that out. I pull out. He had a graded Kari Yastrzemski rookie, and he had a. In fact, here's the Roy Campanella. Can you see that or no?
Yeah, but it's a glare there. But yeah, 4.5 on a Beckett.
On a Beckett.
Right.
Anyway, so
that looks good. I can see if that further back, that looked pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this.
There you go. Yeah.
This.
Oh, nice.
That's a 3.
Is that a 3?
Yeah, and a Beckett. And there's the Lou Brock.
Oh wow! Does it look as good as it does on camera or
no?
Okay.
But there's no creases. But there's no creases or anything like that in it.
Okay.
So anyway, I pick up those 3 cards and I said, "I'll give you 100." He goes, "Man, I'll do 150." I said, "Man, I'm at 100." He goes, "Man, I'll do 120." I said, "I'm at 100." He said, "Okay." So I got all those.
Wow.
So
dang, dude, that's nice. A heck of a deal. What?
Yeah, and then one of the guys who usually sits up with us comes in. His name Eli. He's probably 20 years old, young cat, and all he does is flip. And he doesn't care. Like he'll usually, like at the end of the show, whatever he's got left, he just sells cheap. So he didn't set up with this time, but he comes in. He says, "I just bought a collection." So what'd you get, Eli? He goes, "A bunch of Bowman Chrome prospects, some basketball, some football." And then we're like, "Well, bring some of the boxes in." So he brings in like 5 3,200 count boxes.
Oh wow, okay.
So I start looking through one. One of them's got Bowman Chrome. It's got a bunch of mojos in it. It's got a bunch of prospects and stuff like that. You know, nothing crazy. $1 cards, $3 cards, $5 cards. Nothing crazy.
Right.
So he's like, "I want 500 for the collection." And then so we're like, well, he said, like, "I got more boxes in the trunk." So how many more you got, Eli? He's like, 17. So we're like, "Well, go pull them in." So he goes, "All right." He goes, gets a cart, starts pulling these boxes in, and some of them are, you know, just like shoe boxes, and some of them are. So he starts pulling them in, and one of the guys set up with us says, "I'll give you 400." And then I said, "Well, I'll give you 5." And then so one of the guys says, "So we're going to bid against each other now?"
Auction.
So they said, "Well, I got one of them said, well, I got an idea." Said, "How
He's
about
like, "You all go find the parking lot."
There's 4 of us. No, there's only 4 of us. No, these guys are cool. They're really cool. So he's like, "How about we each give him $150, and then we have a blind draft and choose a box, because the other boxes we didn't go through." So that's what we did. The highest, we gave him $150 a piece, so we got 600, and there was like 23 boxes.
Okay.
So whoever drew the high card got first pick. So I drew the high card. I got first pick, and I picked the box I was looking through. They mixed them through, but I was thinking that was the box looking. So I got that box and like 4 other boxes, and that's what I've been doing. I've been sorting because there was basketball. I got mostly baseball, but there was basketball, football, soccer.
I'm sorry.
I got like a ton of like dollar cards. I mean, a ton.
That's nuts, dude. So do you feel like you got your money's worth on that?
Oh yeah, I got about 5,000 cards for $150.
Wow, that's a heck of a deal, dude.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
And that's not including the freaking slabs you got in the Lou Brock.
Yeah.
You did that's so $250 and you got all that fire, dude.
Yeah, so I didn't sell shit though that show though. I don't even think so. It's $35 to set up. I don't think I sold $35 worth. It was pretty slow.
Oh man, and you had to go home and tell your wife so about that. I didn't make any money. I spent money.
She don't care. She don't care.
That's awesome, dude. What a heck of a Sunday. That's great.
It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Did any of you all know about Sports Card Radio? Henry asked. Do you all watch or listen to his stuff?
Yeah, I do. It's comedy to me, so you know I got to watch a little comedy. And
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
I've actually watched them since I got on YouTube. Like, I think they might have started right around the same time, or they started before me actually. They used to just go to the National and film like what was going on there and different, people that were setting up, and so they've taken a big turn from their channel, like from
they said something like Henry said they mentioned Bo, Million Cubs Project, and JT3 Triple Crown, JT's Triple Crown or Triple Crown 23 or whatever it is, in a good way. Oh, and then Steven, I don't know if you know Steven Sports Cards. He goes, "I'm moving to Kentucky." That sounds like what a deal. Yeah, no joke. Apparently, all the deals are being made in the Bluegrass State. So, but yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, whenever you can find a good deal like out in the wild like that, that's really something awesome that you don't forget about. So that's great. But anyways. So anything else? What have you been picking up, man? Have you picked up anything starting the new year, or where you at with buying stuff, Mark? You been grabbing any blasters or anything?
Yeah, I grab those when I can. It's funny, I've got them, but I haven't opened them. I don't know why.
Man, it was funny because I remember I know all of us remember this because it was not like it's been like 100 years ago, but as we remember the blaster apocalypse over the last 2 years, you couldn't find one no matter what, and everybody was asking everybody, if you found one, I'll pay you this, get me one, and all that stuff. I mean, everybody was doing it. Well, I was so turned off by all that, I hadn't even really looked in the last couple weeks, I guess I'll go to like a Meijer or I'll go to like a Walmart, even against my good conscience to go to a Walmart. And it's like now there's like stacks of blasters everywhere. So I was like, at least around here, are you all experiencing that too? Like it's kind of over. Like you can go and find blasters like easily now.
Yeah, they're just priced differently, a lot differently.
Are they more expensive, assuming now?
Oh yeah.
What's like the going price for like blasters right now?
25,
30.
Yeah, 25 here, and then if it's like a Chrome product, sometimes they're 50.
Yeah,
like the update, Chrome update, Target exclusive. It's $50.
Yeah, so I was
That's
like, nah,
crazy.
I can't do it.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. This is I think it's called Capstone. So it's $25 and it's guaranteed.
I saw that.
It's guaranteed one auto or one relic in it.
Is it a Panini product or?
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but yeah,
it actually looks pretty. It looks pretty cool. Like
yeah, it does look pretty cool.
I dig it.
Yeah, so I watched one guy open them. It's a thicker cardstock. It's like a thicker cardstock.
Okay.
And, they're like they look like refractors, every one of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't opened these bad boys yet.
I saw Eloy the goat was ripping.
What was that?
When they first came out.
So is it 2023 that is anything happening with the license now? Is everything still okay? Everything's back to normal?
Top still has it until I think 2025, I think.
Okay, so it's going to be business as usual for another 2 years, correct?
Yeah. Before Fanatics takes over.
Okay.
Well, I knew that. Well, I take that back because Fanatics did buy Tops.
Oh, okay.
So, but as far as Fanatics doesn't have that. Well, I guess they kind of do since they bought Tops. But yeah, as far as we know, it's just business as usual.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything more about Panini and Fanatics. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, they'll probably eventually buy them too, probably.
Yeah.
So that means it'll be Fanatics and pretty much versus Upper Deck.
Yeah. Well, what's up? I don't even know what Upper Deck makes.
Upper Deck does AEW wrestling, and they do hockey.
Hockey, okay.
And I think they also have a few other like products that they do. I think they do some like Marvel or like Star Wars stuff. So they have some other entertainment level things. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's nothing compared to what Fanatics must have now or gonna have soon. Under their umbrella.
Fanatics is like that's crazy.
So what about for either one of you guys? Is there any products you're looking forward to here in the next month or two when they start revving up production and releasing 2023 products that you're looking forward to?
I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't really like picked the modern stuff. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to. I've been focusing more on like the old vintage stuff and like older players that I grew up watching, picking stuff up with them. Like just so much produced like in this newer stuff that's kind of turned me away. Like so yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But
yeah, there's this. I think we're in a modern junk wax, but not because of one particular product, but there's just too many products. There's too many.
Yeah,
there's too many releases, and then with each release, Lord knows how many millions of they print in each print run or with each release. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Series 1. I always like Series 1, but I'm with you. I've been buying some vintage. Like I bought. This was
nice
64 Tops bigs.
The big cards,
I bought a lot of these for like $66. There's a Clemente, there's a
Cepeda, yep.
Can you see that or no?
Yeah, I can see it. There you go. Yep. Better.
I'm doing this on an iPad I got for Christmas. It's the first time I've really.
And they're affordable too.
Yeah, there's the Yastrzemski. There's a Bob Gibson.
Nice.
Yeah, they're in really good shape. There's Ron Santo.
Henry said that new product has F loads of parallels. That's true. I'm sure it does.
It does.
Al Kaline.
Al Kaline, nice.
And then there was a bunch of other ones, but those
cool.
Those weren't Hall of Famers. The ones I showed you were all the Hall of Famers.
That's a fun set, though.
Was that an eBay purchase?
No, it was actually from Macari.
Oh, Macari. Yeah, I've heard.
I buy a lot of stuff off Macari.
Yeah, I think you told me about that years ago. You're like, you need to check out Macari, but
I just started selling them there. It took me long enough to actually, like a few dollar things I'll put on there here and there, and then you send it to them, and then you get paid, I guess. But
yeah,
Steven, he said he likes the Topps giant cards as well. He said they're still affordable, and they have a lot of Hall of Famers in them.
Yeah, it's a cool set.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then, since you're all both kind of agree that, I know you're more into the rookies and stuff, Mark, and you keep up with the modern product to a certain degree. But since we all like vintage, is there anything you're looking to look for 2023? Is there anything that you're kind of looking to add to the collection, maybe that you have your eyes on for the next, couple months to a year?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to get a Juan Marshall rookie. That's 61. I want a Frank Robinson rookie. Was that 57? Yeah, 57.
I think so, yeah.
Those two are kind of the two that are on my list right now.
On your list? On the short list?
Yeah, the Juan Marshall, you can buy those raw for under 100. The Robinsons are a little bit more pricey. But yeah,
are you talking about raw or on slab?
It just depends. Sometimes it makes more sense to buy a slab than does a raw. Like I missed out on. I missed out on I think it was a PSA 4 Juan Marshall rookie for like $135. What ended up going for.
So I'll ask.
Sense.
Go ahead. What was that last part?
I was going to say that would have made more sense than buying one raw.
Oh yeah, sure. What about you, Steve? Is there any specific card you're kind of looking to get to add to the collection?
I'm looking for the 48 Bowman Warren Spawn.
Nice.
Which kind of always the card always kind of turned me off, so I've been avoiding it for a long time. But now I'm finding some that actually look pretty good that are in my price range, I guess you could say.
Sure.
And then the Eddie Matthews rookie, the Topps Eddie Matthews rookie, the 52.
Nice. Okay. And that's a 52, right?
Yeah.
What 52 did you say?
Eddie Matthews.
Oh yeah. That'd be a cool card to have.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that.
Could be a lower grade, but
yeah, it's funny you say the 48 Bowman, because I've been buying some of those too. Like there's a Enos Slaughter. I don't know if you can see it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's the blank back.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Got that. Got this Johnny Mize.
That's sweet.
That's awesome.
I got Ralph Kiner.
Ralph Kiner, nice.
That's awesome. I was just looking at that one.
I got both of these graded. Now they're CGS. I got both of these graded for like $110. So I thought that was
the CSG. Is that you said CSG or CG?
It's CSG. Yeah.
Yeah, their slabs are nice, man. They're like.
Yeah.
You can even have Enos Slaughter sign the back of that card for if you want. It's blank.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to send this off and get graded. I've never sent anything in to get graded before. I think I'm going to send this to get graded.
Now, who are you going to use? PSA, SGC?
No, I'm going to use SGC because it's so much quicker.
Yeah. And are they a little bit cheaper? Are they the same price or?
I think they're a tad cheaper.
A smidge.
So
there's the turnaround time super quick. So it's like,
yeah, it's quick. It's like sometimes less than 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you all this, because you both are talking about some big boy cards, and I think again, I mean, some of my knowledge is obviously from the last time that I was really paying attention, but those cards that you all mentioned maybe a couple years ago would have been maybe out of the price range for most normal people. So have the card prices starting to go down to a point where it's maybe never going to go back to like pre-2019 probably, but are the cards now more affordable for the vintage where you can grab some stuff and you don't have to like sell plasma? or is it still like crazy? You just have to really be careful what you're buying.
You still kind of got to sell plasma, in my opinion, but
yeah, I mean,
and it's a 52. I said 62, I think, Matthews rookie, but I'm an idiot.
no, he said 52.
Did I say 50? Okay, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
I'm still newer into vintage, so I don't know. Like, I always dabbled in it. Like, I added some things to the Braves collection. I added some Hall of Famers, things like that. But now I'm like just hooked. Like, as far as the vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Even in lower grades.
Yeah, I saw that in
nice.
your video, dude. That is sweet.
Yeah.
I love the 54 tops.
54 tops is beautiful.
Yeah. My dream card is the Hank Aaron rookie. I really want that.
Yeah.
Really want that card.
I had an opportunity and just let it slip, and then he died. And
yeah, so yeah, I was looking at them too. You know, you could get a 1, 1.5, 2, anywhere from $1,000 to about $1,200, and now you can't touch them for over. They're over $2,000.
Oh, Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot his name. Oh shoot, he's good friends with Alex Bowman 53. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But he bought the Hank Aaron, and his story was so amazing. It was like about 2.5, 3 years ago, I guess. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember. But anyways, but it was like he happened to put the bid in and won the bid the week that Hank Aaron died, and the guy still honored it, even though the price went nuts.
Yeah, I know.
Do you all remember who it was?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I feel terrible because he'll watch this video and be like,
I know who he is. Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm even. My gosh, I have it like I'm thinking. Anyways, but I thought that was such a really cool story because he got lucky because those prices are already astronomical, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he happened to win like the day of or the day after he passed away, and then like the cards were going nuts at that point, and the guy still honored it when he could have just been like, "Oh, I can't find it," or something happened, or I'm not going to sell it. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey.
What's up, Amish Dave? Hey, Dave, I got if you
Amish
want,
Dave?
dude. I love Andrew. Enough said cards, dude. He's
I voted for him too.
Yeah, Amish Dave Archer. If you want, dude, I can send the link in here, Dave. If you want to hop in, I don't know if you're busy or not, but you're welcome to hop in here with us because you're always good for a good conversation and you keeping it real. But you're welcome to hop in here.
There's a 48 Bowman on Macari right now for like 100. 48 Bowman Warren Spawn on Macari for $108 right now.
Really?
Yeah. Check it out.
Wow.
He's like, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
I offered the guy like 95 for it. He wouldn't take it.
But you just bite the bullet and just go ahead and get it now.
You see, it's the apps on this phone. This is my wife's. I have the chat up just to.
Oh, there we go. I put it in there. All right, good. I wanted to make sure. I don't know if Dave has any interest in hopping in, but and that's not just for Dave. Anybody, Henry, whoever else is in here. I know some people. Steven, you're welcome to hop in. I don't know you, but you seem like a cool cat. So come on in if you want to jump in. We got 8 people in here, so we got quite a few people in here. At least for me. So anyways, so that's cool. Okay, so what do you think, Mark? Since Steve said he was kind of like just started dabbling more vintage, are you seeing the prices for vintage like kind of hit a plateau? Or are they still real high? Are they dipped at all? Or are they just kind of like it's come down some?
It's come down some, yeah. It's just, but I mean, even when it was high, if you looked around, you could still find good deals. You just had to look.
I know you're pretty good at finding good deals. I got to learn how you do it because you don't know this, Steve, but Mark, man, I've seen Mark work in action. I've seen how he does things. We'll go to these card shows on Sundays, and we're about 2 hours away from each other, 2.5 hours, something like that away, I guess. And he'll come in there, and then he'll be like, I mean, we're talking about he's there for like a hot minute. And he already has like 3 cards in his hand and already working deals. And I'm like, did you just get here? And he's like, yeah, but I already found this, and this. And he's like, I'm already ready to go. Like, I want this. And he's just like, bam. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, he knows what he wants and he just gets it. He don't fiddle fart around about it.
Yeah, so, you can get some pretty good deals at Archie's show.
Yeah, Archie, that he does. Yeah, that's the one thing about his show. Like, he's really, most of the guys there are they're willing to will and deal. They'll work out things with you. So yeah, it's a pretty good show. So yeah,
let me ask you a question, Jason.
Yes, sir.
So,
are you going to
national?
No, I was going to ask him if he's going to maybe possibly start watching baseball again, or maybe possibly start buying some cards here and there again, or.
Well, I actually, the one big thing that actually got me really excited about baseball is the World Baseball Classic coming up.
Oh yeah.
And so I love that. I know it's, not the same level that I think a lot of people like, but to me, it's cool to see players from around the world that might end up in America, MLB anyways. So it's kind of a good like preview. Plus, I just have it's like the Olympics, and I think that's kind of cool. But it's the sport I actually care about, and usually the level of play is pretty high. So it's not like people just getting like trashed by the Americans or whatever. It's usually pretty competitive. It's something a lot of times Americans have to want to win it anyway. So it's it is what it is. So that's that. But honestly, yes, I actually have currently I have 15 or so bids on eBay right now for vintage cars I'm trying to buy. So I guess you could say I'm kind of back into it.
That's cool. What are you trying to get?
All right, let me pull it up here. So give me 1 second. All right.
Well, I see now that Jason threw his hat away. So, geez, now you're picking cards up.
I threw my what away?
Your hat, remember?
Which hat? What is that?
Remember, you weren't a fan anymore, so you kept your hat. Remember?
Oh, the baseball hat?
Yeah, remember you're supposed to throw it away after you walked away from being a fan.
Yeah. No, I still have all my hats in my closet. I do wear this one the most though. This is a Japanese baseball team from the 1950s and 60s. So I wear that one a lot actually, but
I remember I don't even know who that was that got this was a long time ago, but
yeah, I remember somebody called me out and was like, you're talking about you're leaving baseball, but you're still wearing the hat. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not throwing away like gifts that people gave me. Like, what kind of dick is that? Like, I'm not watching baseball. I'm still taking this hat and throw it away that you bought me. Like, that makes no sense. All right, so let's take a look here. My eBay, my bids and offers. Okay, so I appreciate your patience. Yes, that's the one I want to use. Sign in. All right, come on. There we go. Now will let me go. Okay. So it's like it's loading up here.
While you're doing that,
yes.
Real quick, my reasoning behind the 48 Warren Spahn, why I avoided that card, 48 Bowman, is because of the angle of his nose. Like the side view, like it's a terrible picture. Like
yeah, it is.
When I turn and look at the nose and my nose in the mirror, it's like, man, that shit looks terrible. But so that's kind of why I've avoided it.
What card was it you're talking about? The 48?
48
the Warren Spahn rookie. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not signed by Shigo Nakashima, dude. No, this is from the Nankai Hawks from Fukuoka. When I was the town I lived in for 12 years. Is their like
awesome.
It's like their Chicago basically. So
yeah.
So the ones I'm looking at right now is a 1983 Donruss the Donruss Hall of Fame collection that like Dick Perez done.
Mm-hmm.
It's autographed by Monty Irvin.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
It looks really good. And then I have a 1958 Frank Robinson. I got right now. I'm winning on an SGC 5. So it's a 5. So it's a collector's grade, as the kids like to say.
Yeah.
I'm bidding on a PSA 4 1955 Gil Hodges.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
A 1962 Topps SGC 6 with Willie Mays and Orlando Cepeda on the card, and Frank Robinson.
That's a cool card.
And I'm bidding on a 1963 Duke Snyder, Gil Hodges card where they're on the same card together, and that's a 4.5. And then I'm bidding on a 1950 Gil Hodges SGC 3.
Nice.
So now
we're bidding on some slabs.
Yeah, I've been on all slabs right now. Yeah. Well, I feel like with vintage, I mean, if I'm at a card show, it's no different, right? Because I can see it, I can hold it, I can trust the people I'm dealing with.
100%.
We all know the horror stories about people sliding cards in and out of slabs, or the company's not being on the up and up sometimes, or whatever the case may be. So I feel like it's a little, or the raw cards, and so I'm a little bit leery of a lot of that stuff. And also, I just don't want to take too many chances with raw cards online when they're on the higher end side. And I know if I'm in person, it's a totally different story. But if it's, I don't know. I mean, if it's somebody that's, you can tell that they've had like a big strong presence on here on eBay, then it's a little different. But
yeah,
it is what it is. But yeah, what was that, Steve? No, go ahead, dude.
So is that a Spawn rookie on Macari, or is that a slab, or is that
no? It's raw.
It's raw. I'll probably just get it and send it right to STC, and then within that time frame that you have. How long is that after you buy something off of there? That
I don't know. I don't know.
60 days.
But they're real good though, because I've actually been I've bought it. I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but I get to sipping on my bourbon and get on there, and I bought a Ricky Henderson rookie. And this guy, I know what he did. It was nowhere on the thing did it say reprint, and when I got it, I could see it was obviously a reprint. So then I go back to the listing, and he changed the listing somehow, some way, because nowhere on it said reprint. So I got burned on that one. But another one I bought, this guy had it was a 2011 Bowman Mike Trout gold. So I think I gave him like $150 for the thing. And he said, yeah, I pulled it out of the pack. Or I was meshing it back. Yes, I pulled it out of the pack myself or whatever. It's legit. Nowhere on there said reprint. And I get the card in the mail, and sure as shit, it's reprint.
Oh my gosh!
So I messaged the guy and messaged Macari and sent the card back, and I got my money back.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
But man,
that's ridiculous.
So the moral of the story is don't sip bourbon.
Yeah, well, another one I bought when I was sober is I bought a Paul Molitor Alan Trammell rookie.
Oh, okay.
From Macari, and it said near mint condition, and it just had a picture of the front, and it looked really good. So I was and I think I paid pretty cheap. It's like $15 or something. So I was pretty excited to get it in the mail. I get it in the mail, open it up, put it on the back, and someone had written on the back with silver paint marker.
What?
On the back of the card. So I sent the just made a dispute, sent the pictures to Macari, and Macari gave me my money back. So they're real good about that. Yeah,
that's good.
That is good, especially since it sounds like
I didn't know how they were. But I'm pretty new to the.
Yeah.
Henry said, I want that card from the LV Stars, the Keith Comstock getting hit in the groin. I want it for that shot. That's epic.
Yep.
Now that's the gift that keeps on giving right there, man. That's so epic. I show that to people all the time. I'm sure we all do, and there are people like, is that a real card? And I'm like, yes, that is actually a real card. Like that's not like somebody went in and like did something on their computer or whatever. That was like a legit real card. That cracks me up, dude. So when you go to the card shows, do you the one that's there in your neck of the woods, are you buying things from your buddies there, and you all do a little trading or buying there?
Yeah, do a little trading, a little buying. Not much, but a little bit, because I used to go to that one. I went to that one like because it was just once a month, so I went to it for a couple of months, and I was like, well, shit, I'll just set up, So
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if it doesn't work out for you all this weekend or whatever, you can try to come up to this one here in town up here.
Yeah, she should text. She usually texts me, or she not text me. Sends me an email like you pay for it in advance. She sends me she wants to pay through Apple Pay. Just pay for it in advance. My spot. She hasn't sent it yet this week. I need to see if we're gonna have it or not.
You should be like, it won't hurt your feelings if they don't. Yeah, I like to. Like I said, I like to go, and like I said, it'd be real reasons to hang out with you, so it'd be fun.
Yeah, it's not far from Edinboro.
What was that?
It's not far from Edinboro.
No, it's not. Not too bad.
The outlet is, yeah.
Right. See, it works out good for me because I have to do my taxes in that area anyways on Sunday. So I'll go up there in the morning, hang out if you go there with me for a couple hours, maybe grab something to eat for lunch, and then I'll head to get my taxes done. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need my money for those taxes after spending it all at that show.
Card, yeah.
I'm like, I need that Uncle Sam money. I'll be tax rich for a couple of weeks. Oh man. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. Is there any other topics you want to hit or anything else we want to discuss? I don't know if y'all got to get ready for bed or not. It's like 10 o'clock here in Indiana. So
no, I'm good, man.
Okay. We can keep going. I just want to respect everybody's time. I just don't want you all to be like, okay, I'm done. Like we got to get going.
No,
so good.
All right, cool. All right. Don't tell me twice. So let me ask you all this again, because I'm just trying to learn and get myself acclimated again, like I said, with everything. Who are the teams to look for in 2023 that you all think are going to maybe put together a winning season? Who even won the World Series last year?
My favorite team, dog, the Mets.
The Mets.
The Mets this year. This is the year, baby.
Hey, I can't deny it.
This is the year.
What moves have they made in the offseason, Mark, that says that the Mets are going to do it?
Well, kind of stuck with DeGrom is gone. He went to Texas. But we picked up Verlander instead.
Oh, I did see that recently. Okay.
And then we tried to get Carlos Correa. Did you follow that saga?
Yeah.
Did you see that, Jason?
No, I don't know anything about it. So what happened there?
Oh, so he was a free. He opted out of his Twins deal and signed $350 million contract with the Giants.
Wow.
But failed his physical. So then the Mets swiped in, and I think it was a $249 million maybe dollar contract the Mets were going to sign, but this physical thing came up again. It's an old injury with his ankle or something that happened like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Hasn't really given any trouble, but it shows up on his physical. So then the Mets deal fell through. So then he ends up signing and going back to Minnesota. So I was super happy because he was going to be on the Mets. He was going to be playing third base. I was like, have him there, and then Lindor at short, and McNeil at second, and Pete Alonso at first. I mean, that was a squad.
That's a killer. Yeah. That's a killer infield.
Yeah. But,
so who's going to be the third baseman now for the Mets then?
Dang it. It's terrible because they kind of did it by committee last year a little bit. I can't remember. But like, I forgot who played the majority of the games, but they were saying after that deal fell through, if you looked at Correa's numbers with the Twins and then the Mets third baseman numbers, they weren't much different, but Correa's got obviously a whole lot higher ceiling.
Is Verlander still any good? I mean, he's probably been playing 20 years?
Young last year.
Yeah, he's still going strong.
Yeah.
He got that Nolan Ryan energy.
Yeah.
He just keeps going.
Yeah.
Was he a rookie in 2005?
Yeah, 2005.
No.
Kate Upton keeps him a rookie.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. That's true.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, no joke, man. So what about you, Steve? What are you thinking? He said he's thinking the Mets is feeling pretty good. What about you? What teams are you looking at maybe having a good season?
That's tough, man. I've really just been following. I mean, I follow all baseball, but I've mainly been following the Braves, and it's just I'm not real
Braves are
confident
loaded.
in what. Yeah, but I kind of wish they would have gave Swanson that deal because
Yeah.
he was willing to take a lot less money to stay in Atlanta.
So
Now
I'm not convinced he would have stayed in Atlanta because his fiance lives in Chicago and plays for the women's soccer team in Chicago.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Who's this you're talking about? What player?
Dansby Swanson.
Oh, Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
He's on the Cubs now.
Oh wow. Okay. So is the Braves still pretty good though, aren't they? Do they still have
loaded.
They still have Acuna and they still have Albies, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Acuna. I think I'm curious to see this year how he comes out and looks because I don't know. You know, obviously he had that injury and came out last year and just didn't have the power that he had before. So.
Him and Tatis are like injury prone, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with Acuna, and Albie struggled too, and then he got injured as well last year. So I don't know.
I think Acuna's going to have a big year, man. I don't think it was 100%.
I hope so.
I don't think it was 100% last year.
No, you can't be. I mean,
injury. I think he's going to have. Oh, did you see? He's been tearing it up. He played in the Winter League.
Oh yeah.
Over in
the Dominican.
Dominican, yeah.
And was tearing it up over there. So did you see that bat flip he did over there when he?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, the Braves were
loaded. He looks good over there.
What's that?
The Braves.
He's looking good over there. It was looking good over there. So
yeah.
So the Braves and the Mets are in the same division, so that'll be interesting. I'll beat up on each other.
Well, and the
Phillies
were in the World Series.
Yeah, so
Cup division.
The Phillies won the World Series?
No, they were in the World Series.
No,
against the Astros?
Astros,
yeah.
Astros won, I take it then, right? Because you said Verlander won Cy Young. Okay.
I was actually rooting for the Phillies, and I've never said this before because I can't stand them, but I can't stand Astros, man. It's like Houston,
right. I think everybody was a Phillies fan this year except Houston.
Yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't feeling it.
I can't stomach the Astros after all that BS from a couple years ago. Like, no. Yeah. I mean, I don't even care if some of the guys that were on the team initially are gone. It's just the idea that the team did
still
what
have
they
that
did,
taste,
so.
that bad taste in your mouth. Like,
maybe one day it'll be different, but it won't be anytime soon. So Verlander was a National League MVP, last year was a National League Cy Young. Who was the American League Cy Young?
No, Verlander was an American League, I think.
Oh, because the Houston Astros, right? Yeah, I remember when they used to be the National League in the Central,
and then
with the Reds back in the day.
Sandy Alcantara won it in the National League.
Okay, so what about the MVPs?
MVP in the National League was was it Goldsmith? It was Goldsmith, wasn't it?
Goldsmith, yeah, and then
Judge in the American League.
Okay. Did Judge have as good a season as everybody was saying? Or?
Hell yeah, man. He set the all-time home run record for a single season.
Oh, really? He beat
Maris.
He beat Bonds?
Record. No, that ain't the whole he doesn't hold the record. Roger Maris held that record. Barry Bonds cheated.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah. You know how I feel about that. But your face was priceless. You're like, no.
Yeah, man. Bond's a cheater.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you on that story. Yeah, 100%. So how many home runs did Judge end up with?
I think it was 63.
63, yeah.
So just shy of Bonds. So that's awesome. 63. That's awesome. That is awesome. So he stayed healthy the entire season, I take it.
Yeah.
Because he also had some injury issues over the years. So I'm glad to see he stayed healthy.
Yeah. So before the season and the end of the last season, the Yankees tried to sign him. And they're giving him he thought it was a low ball offer. So he's like, nope, I'll just play on this 1-year contract and see what happens at the end of the year. And he had the best year of his career.
Heck yeah.
Best year of almost anybody's career.
Paid big time, yeah.
So did he sign with the Yankees again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What
resigned.
was that contract? Was that the biggest contract ever?
I can't remember. It was.
I
I can't remember what it was.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure it was. So let me ask you all this, because you all know I'm a big Japanese. New York Yankees fan says 62 million or 62 home runs.
Was it 62 or 63?
Oh, okay. He must have
Okay, I
been
thought it
62.
was
Yeah, 62 home
Yeah,
runs.
62. Yeah. He beat it
So
by
as you all
one,
know,
yeah.
I'm a big Japanese ball fan. So how was Shohei Ohtani for this year?
Oh, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yep. He's
I'm impressed with the guy, man. He's like something you don't see. Like
unbelievable. I think I talked to you about this once before, Jason, because it seems like before Ohtani, but it seems like every Japan player that comes over, got all kinds of hype, all kinds of act, like
Right.
El Duque and Matsui and everyone,
Yeah.
and Ichiro's the only one that's lived up to it. So
Right.
when Ohtani come over and all the hype, I was like, this guy ain't gonna live up to it, but he has, man. He's really impressive.
That's awesome. And I was listening to somebody talk. It might have been Phil Filmington, but he said, regardless of how long he can sustain what he's doing, playing both, pitching and hitting and all that, and he even steals bases and everything else, So he mixes it up. But he was saying that like he doesn't have to have as many years under his belt to be able to be considered like level of like Hall of Fame level because of what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he also said something I thought was very interesting, that and eventually you would think that something's going to have to give. They're going to have to make a decision on him at one point.
I don't think they're going to have to.
You don't think they will have to? You think they're going to keep doing what he's doing?
Dude, man, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he's one of the best hitters in baseball.
You don't think that'll eventually catch up with him as he gets older?
I mean, he pitches every 6 days he pitches.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. So New York Yankees fans said, I don't mean to cut. Go ahead.
I think Trout will end up being. I don't think he's happy. Like, I'll be honest with you. He can't be happy being an Angel all these years.
Ohtani.
What's that?
Well, they keep losing. They're
never
in
had
contention.
He's never been in the playoffs, has he?
Trout's not. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, Yankees fan 7 said one of the greatest seasons. Talking about the Judge, one of the greatest seasons in Major League Baseball history, followed up by possibly one of the worst contracts in history.
I can't remember how many years they signed him for. I can't remember.
Hey, what up, John? We're just talking about John Mangini.
What up, Mangini?
And then he goes, this
John
must be the place
Mangini.
that New York Yankees fans say, yeah, you better believe it. So, oh, man, I appreciate it. John, if you want to hop in, dude, I can go ahead and do it again if you want, but I've been leaving the comment section. I've been putting our link in here. I don't know if you're busy or you're not, if you're just popping in for a second, but you're welcome to hop in if you want. If it lets me. Yeah, there we go. So anyways, but you're welcome to hop in here, dude. So Yanks fans said it was a 9-year contract for $360 million.
There you go.
Holy, wow, that's crazy.
That's big boy money.
That's some big boy money.
That is a big boy money. He better perform at that level now. The pressure's on. It's kind of interesting when you don't have a contract, you don't have nothing to lose. So you kind of go out there and you just play, and people seem to have better seasons. And then when they have a contract, all that pressure is on your shoulders to perform. And a lot of people can't do it, especially New York. They just can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, they'll shit on you.
You figure?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Judge is he's 30 years old. So
yeah, so I mean they're gonna keep him until he's basically 40.
Yeah, I like him though. I like Judge a lot.
Yeah, I remember you were up on him for a while, Mark, and I remember not being a big. I mean, I liked him as a person, but I just thought there's no way he's gonna be as big as the hype again. Kind of like we were talking about with Ohtani, because he kind of came in with a lot of hype, and then he didn't really. He got injured, and he had one really good season, and then he had a subpar season or something. And he had been able to kind of have a couple seasons strung together to kind of be like, oh, all right, here we go.
Because he gets hurt, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden this year, he just had a monster season. And it's kind of the same thing with Ohtani. He came out pretty strong, and then he got hurt, and then he had a mediocre season. And then he had a really good half season last year, I heard, or a season and a half. and then he had an excellent season this past season. So it's like, but he had been able to like really get going. But maybe now he's finally like with Judge, like they have a good season and a half under their belts now that maybe they can keep moving forward and they don't get hurt. So hey, what up, Scott?
Yeah, I regret. I had a. What card was it that I had signed of Ohtani that I pulled?
Oh wow!
You pulled his autos?
Yeah, and I ended up selling it because he had gotten hurt that year, and sold it and bought. What did I buy? First, I got to remember the name, what brand of what card it was. I don't know. It's on my Instagram, but yeah, that was so long ago. But I ended up selling that and buying like some Braves things and nothing really that added up to the value. And now that card is just through the roof. So.
Right. I was giving Scotty Tradition a hard time because he was talking about selling some of his cards back during when things got nuts a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I think he said he sold his Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck rookie card for like $400 or $500 or something because it went nuts. You know, I think he had like a 9 or whatnot there for a while, maybe more.
Yeah.
And I was like, how dare you sell Griffey Jr.? He's an icon, whatever. He goes, yeah, but I bought a chainsaw with the money. I was like, what? I was like, a chainsaw? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I don't even know how to feel about that statement when you tell me that. I was like, a chainsaw? I'm like, oh my gosh, dude.
He needed a chainsaw. What are you gonna do?
Apparently so. He needed one pretty bad. He needed that chainsaw. Oh, Mangini said he pulled a Heritage auto. Was very.
Oh wow.
Well, who
Nice.
what of Ohtani? Who was the auto of?
I think he's saying Ohtani.
Wow, I would be very excited too. That's correct, man. That's a heck of a pull because Heritage autographs, they're all on card, I believe. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that was a nice. I love that year Heritage too. That 2018.
I'm just so glad that everybody gave up on Ohtani early on. Yep, Ohtani's second year, he just said, I went through and bought up every slab of Ohtani's rookie card and 9s and 10s. I got like 5,000 probably rookie cards of Ohtani just laying around, all variations. And I'm like, that might be my money that like legitimately I could give to my son one day and go, if he ends up being the level of people hope he's going to be, this might actually be worth some money one day. This might literally be some money.
Never know, man. Because
I mean, he was MVP in 21. Jason, do you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and then if Judge didn't have the year that he had this year, he might have won it again this year.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, I know we're far from that. I know we're far away from that right now, and I know how the world works and how fickle it can be. But I'm just saying, there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance? So yes. So there's a chance. But yeah. But I haven't even went through my cards and for so long. I'm looking at a box of cards down here. I haven't touched in like a couple of years. I pulled out just recently, and I'm starting to go through the cards and go, I didn't even realize I had these cards. so it's going to be dangerous, that's for sure. Imagine what you could have sold the 1900 Upper Deck. So I know, dude, you're right. The Yanks fans are like, can you imagine what you would have sold those sealed boxes for the 1993 SP Upper Deck card or UD?
Do you still have those?
Yeah, they're right here, right behind that glass
wow.
door.
Sweet.
I remember hearing that story from Bob.
Yeah. I gotta say,
Wow.
Phil reached out to me at the height of all this going on because I think he was maybe wanting it for his rookie explosion box, and he asked me about it. And I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I'll sell you one of them, but at the time I was giving him a number like you're gonna have to pry this from my fingers. Like I'm not gonna give you like a family discount or Uncle Jethro discount or whatever. Like I'm giving you like a stranger discount. Like so that's no discount. So I think at the time I said it was probably like on the high end, some of those boxes were going for like 35 or 4,000 for a while, I think, or close to it. And I told him, I go, it could be yours for 5K. And he's like, I can't do 5,000. I was like, I understand. I can't do 32 or 2,800. And I was like, sorry, So I was just like, nah. But like Yanks fans said, it's like it may not ever get to that price again. You know, I probably, if I really wanted to sell, that would have been the time to do it. But it's, I don't know, who knows? I mean, I'm not too worried about it. It ain't going anywhere. It's there. And once I'm dead, I don't know. Luke will probably throw it in a garbage can for all I know. He'd be like, "Oh, this is crap." Like that. He'll have a yard sale, and somebody comes by, and he'll buy it for $5, even cheaper than I bought it for.
Oh, you paid $5?
I paid for both boxes $20.
Oh my God! So
At
you're
a
not
flea
losing.
market.
At a flea market, yeah, at a flea
Wow.
market in North Central Indiana.
Jeez.
Yeah, I walked by. Yeah, I won't tell everybody the story. I won't tell everybody the story. But the Cliff Notes version is, it was like, this is random flea market. Like, that guy's been there all this time. He used to be a car shop owner, apparently. And he just was trying to, I guess, get rid of stuff. He didn't know what he had, or he forgot what he had. And I saw that, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I'm like, that can't be what I think it is. And I walked up to him, and I just said, "How much do you want for the box?" And he goes, "What about if you do both of them?" And I'm sitting there thinking it was going to be hundreds of dollars for one box. So I was just like, I just didn't want to be rude and go, "No, I don't want to." Like, no, not just the one box. He goes, we're working a deal today. We're doing sales today. He goes, "I will give you a good deal." And I was like, "All right, what do you want for both boxes?" He goes, 20. And I was like, and I'm thinking like 20,000 or 2,000. And I was sitting there thinking like, "I'm sorry, sir, 20 what?" He said $20, and I'm like,
Then you have to go to the ATM.
I had to go to an ATM because I didn't have any cash on me. He wouldn't take my card. He was like, "I don't know you. I'm not taking your card." I'm like, "What?"
You don't take PayPal?
No, he did. Yeah, he's like 80 or something. And he was like, so I had to like run out to a gas station like 5 miles up the road, get cash out, hustle back. And the guy thought, he goes, "I didn't think you were going to come back. I thought you were just going to tell me to hold on to it. And you're never going to show up. I almost put it back out." And I was like, "I'm back. You still got it?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they're right down here." I'm like, "Here's your $20. Thank you." So yeah, it was. Yep, it'll be my best story I'll ever have as far as finding something like that in the wild. You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a part of me who always wants to open up one box, because one of the boxes with cellophane's kind of coming off of it, because it's 30 years old now, right? This is the 30th year, 1993, right? Is my math right?
No,
So I mean, like, cellophane's starting to come off of one. So even if I want to sell that one, people might get all weepy about, well, the cellophane's not on it perfectly. It's loose. I don't want to pay you premium or whatever. So there's a part of me who thinks maybe I should just open that box up. If I hit a Jeter rookie card and it's in like halfway decent condition, that could be like life-changing money. But I at the end of the day, I just say, no, I'm just gonna hold on to it. It'll be fine. It's not going anywhere.
just send it to Sports Card Exchange. They're legit.
Is that the car? Is that the ones that do the? Is that also in Indiana? Don't they do like the sealed boxes or something?
Baseball Card Exchange, yeah.
Oh, Baseball Card Exchange.
Baseball
It's
Card
in northern
Exchange.
Indiana. I think it's like almost to Chicago, I think.
Oh, okay. Hey, what up, Stooks? Stooks Baseball Cards and Curiosities. Stooks, what up? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right there, buddy. Sorry if I didn't. So what up? Let me ask you this, Steve. So what about with your Braves? Hopefully they're gonna have a good season. Do you have like a backup team that you like to watch too when the Braves aren't playing, or if the Braves are out of contention or whatever? Is there another team that you secretly root for that you like?
Not really. I just pretty much follow them, and if they don't do anything, then it's just kind of a dreadful. I don't know. I pay attention to everybody, or try to at least.
Right.
No, I'm just mainly a Braves. You have a Blue Jays hat, so maybe that's a second. I don't know.
There you go. Mark, he's a big Tampa Bay Rays fan, so.
Yeah, they're my second favorite team.
Yeah, exactly. What's up,
So I'll say
Palm
the
Beach
Blue-
Sports Cards? Yep. BBC is great for G.I. Joe cards. Who knew? I did not know that. Man, so I'm kind of excited. When does spring training start? Like about 3 weeks?
Pitchers and catchers report here probably in the next 10 days, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I thought it was like the next week or week and a half.
So do you all know what Americans are going to be on the World Baseball Classic American team? Do you know what team?
Isn't Mike Trout? He's on the. Isn't Mike Trout playing?
I don't know if he's playing or not. I know Mike he's managing the Italian team.
Now, you know what? I'll just pull it up right here while we're talking. I'll just see who's on. Is Otani playing for Japan?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he's.
He probably won't be allowed to.
Well, I heard the Trout was playing, and I could be wrong.
All right, World Baseball Classic rosters. Let's take a look here. All right, so you know it's Wikipedia, so it has to be right.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go to America first. Okay, no, let's go to Japan since it came up. Yu Darvish is playing. Let's see who has. No, Shohei Ohtani's listed.
Is he?
That's what it says here.
Wow.
I don't recognize most of these other names.
Here, I got the Americans up.
All right, let's hear it. I'm going to look at that too, but let's hear who it is. Oh, here we go.
JT Realmuto, Will Smith, Pete Alonso. Oh no, hang on. It says question mark. So this ain't the right one. This ain't the right.
All right, I got it. I got it right here. So the coaches for the team here. Listen to this. These are the managers. Mark DeRosa. The coaches are Jerry Manuel, Andy Pettit, Ken Griffey Jr., and Dave Righetti, along with Lou Coltier and Dino Ebels. I don't know who those are, but look at that. Ken Griffey Jr., Eddie Pettit, and Dave Righetti. That's just, and my mind is exploding my mind right now. So the players are going to be Pete Alonso, Tim Anderson, Nolan Arenado, Daniel Bard, David Bednar, Mookie Betts, Nestor Cortez Jr., Kyle Freeland, Paul Goldschmidt, Merrill Kelly, Clayton Kershaw, Nick Martinez, Miles Mikolayas, Cedric Mullins, Adam Ottavino, Ryan Presley, JT Realmuto, Kyle Schwarber, Brady Singer, Will Smith, Trevor Story, Dylan Tate, Mike Trout, Kyle Tucker,
I thought I heard Trout.
Yeah, Mike Trout, Kyle Tucker, Trey Turner, Adam Wainwright, Devin Williams, and Bobby Witt Jr.
That's not kind of bad.
That's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah,
so the Americans might have a good chance of winning. It won't be a complete embarrassment. So yeah, let's see. On the Puerto Rican team, they have Carlos Correa, Francisco Lindor, Javier Baez, Seth Lugo, Marcus Stroman. That's a pretty good team too.
Yeah,
look at the Dominican team has oh my gosh, the Dominican team has 50 players.
Yeah, I knew the Dominican team was stacked.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. They literally have 50 players on the team. It's if you put it on, you have to scroll down 3 times to get through the whole list, on my computer. But they have the names that stick out to me here. Again, the names I recognize: Julio Rodriguez, Jose Ramirez, Juan Soto, Vlad Jr., Rafael Devers, Luis Castillo, Sandy Alcantara, Manny Machado, Gary Sanchez, Freddie Peralta, Gregory Soto, Johnny Cueto. Let's see who else. Eloy Jimenez, Francisco Meja, Franmil Reyes, Gene Segura, Kentel Marte, and Marcell Osuna.
Wow.
That's a pretty stacked list team, too.
That's pretty
those
stacked.
Are the names that I recognize. That's not including probably names you all recognize that's been around for a while.
I think it starts March 11th.
Okay. Is it going to be exclusively on what? Did they say it's going to be on Fox, or do we know what channel is it going to be on? Because I need to know so I can start buying. I need to start paying attention so I don't miss any games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
There's a Nicaraguan team. There's an Israeli team. Jacques Peterson's on the Israeli team. I guess these are all guys that are Jewish, I would assume, because they're all Americans.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Huh. Good for you. There's a Great Britain team. What? All right, let's see who else is in here. But the Americans, there's a Czech Republic team. What? All right. Well, I knew there'd be a South Korean team. I wonder if there's anybody in here I recognize their names. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So it looks like Japan, Dominican Republic, and America have like the 3 possibly best teams.
If Fox is going to be it's on Fox, all 47 games.
It's gonna be on Fox.
Yeah.
All right. Panama has some names, but not anything like overtly crazy. Mike Piazza, like you said, is the American or the Italian team.
Mm-hmm. He's their manager.
Yeah, I was going to say I hope he's not playing it because he's way past his prime. Cuba usually has a pretty good team too, even though I don't recognize most of these names.
Oh, the auto was Otani auto was Alan Ginter. The friend
was it?
Many, yeah.
That's cool.
It came to me, I'm like,
going for now?
I'm not even sure. When I checked, it was during the peak kind of at like, that hobby boom. So
yeah, the hobby boom.
And then I was kicking myself because it was like, I don't know, 15, 14. It was number 250?
What is it? 250?
No, it's number to 50.
Oh, that's awesome.
So one I'd seen sold for like 12 grand. And I was like, oh my God.
Hold on, wait. One of the ones you had sold for 12 grand?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. And I sold it for like 250 bucks maybe.
Oh, that makes me sick, dude. What?
So you talking big? It was like the biggest kick to the balls, man. It wasn't quite 12 grand. It was like 11 something, but I'm still,
yeah,
man.
But still, that's way.
That's a lot of.
That's a whole lot of. That's a whole lot of White Castles, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you all have ever heard this story. I guess I'm sure he said this before. He said it publicly, but I know maybe Mark, you might have heard me tell this before. But Troy Rudder, my buddy Troy, TTM Autograph, he does a lot of autograph. That's his thing. So especially back in 2011 and 12 and all that, he was like when prices were pretty reasonable for blasters and things, he would go to like Toys R Us or Walmart and buy up a bunch of wax, and then he would just crack it and then like send off for autograph requests. And he said that, he went through and exhausted all the ones that he knew signed, pretty well through the mail. So he had a bunch of cards in there that people just didn't sign. And he doesn't really collect baseball cards as much as he does the autographs, right?
Autographs, yeah.
And so he said that he had a bunch of a whole, like 5-row box or whatever. And he said that he knew that for a fact, he thought it was a cool name. So he didn't, but he said he didn't sign, so he didn't keep his cards. He said he put a bunch of Mike Trout rookie cards in that box and just dropped it at the Goodwill.
Oh no.
I was like, what?
Oh, what? I'd have been loved to have got to buy that box.
I know, think about that. And I was like, no way. Because he's like, because Trout's kind of a unique name. And so he was kind of like, oh, Mike Trout. And I was like, he goes, but he doesn't sign. He goes, and at that time he was a nobody, like nobody knew he was going to be anything. And then he went back and thought about it. He goes, oh my gosh, well, that card started taking off. And he was like, what? And I don't know if he had one in there or 101 in there, but the fact that he had any of them in there was bad enough. So I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah. So Strick said that USA is favored, followed by the Dominican, then Japan, then Puerto Rico, which makes sense because after we looked at the lineups, that would play out the way it looks. So I mean, we know baseball; anything can happen. But yeah, if you're looking purely on paper, Japan, the Dominican, and America look the strongest for sure. So yeah, that would definitely be a tough one to know that you got rid of Mike Trout to the Goodwill, and then now it turned out to be like his number one card to have is that one card. So
after I bought a lot of 2017 product for football, and I had boxes like of players that I'd heard of, but they weren't really big or big stars or anything like that. And my brother had a garage sale, and I had a whole bunch of Mahomes Patrick Mahomes rookies, Optic, Prism, a few
Yeah,
Optic,
those are all big
few
money now.
Prism. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to everything, man, from now on.
Yeah.
Screw it.
I'm the same way, dude. I hang on to I mean, we all do this. I mean, I know this is not by any stretch a Jason thing, but we all have like the rookie card boxes that we hold on to. Like all of our rookies go in the box. You sleeve them, you put them in a box. You don't think about them for a decade or whatever. And then maybe you go back and look and go, okay, who's big right now? Who's like actually made it? Like, you know, I do that a lot. And I've got some really cool stuff to do with that. Like I said, I know we all do that. There's probably some similarity. I don't maybe go to it every year. I know a lot of people do, but I think also that's for people who want to flip and make money off the cards. And since I'm not really that person, I just let them just keep, you know, I just let them keep going. Now I should, because they might crap out, and I should have sold them when they were at the level you can sell them. But I don't want to have a Mike Trout story. Like I sold him when he was for only $100, and then now he's like, you know, it's like $85,000 rookie card or something, whatever it is. You know, it's just crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it.
We had to move quick because my mom was dying of cancer, and so we like things that weren't top loaded and stuff like that. We kind of just put on a pile and either got donated or they got sold at a garage sale. So
you didn't get rid of anything important though, did you?
No. Well, other than the Mahomes, it didn't mean they don't mean anything. They didn't mean anything to me anyway. I would have sold them and picked up stuff for the collection, but
right. Yeah, Mark. I gotta say, Mark, dude. Mark goes through these boxes at the card shows. He grabs these boxes. He'll sit down. He'll go through them, and he'll just bring the whole box up to the guy and be like, "What do we got for this box?" like he's legit. And I'm just like, this guy is like cracking me up, dude. He'll like be like, "All right, man. I'll be like, I'll wrap around the room a couple times," and Mark's still like this.
Yep.
Going through it. But then he tells me like he sells his stuff or he keeps it for his collection and then sells what he doesn't want. And you know, obviously it's working out for you. But I just thought it was so funny because he's just like, here's the box. What are we doing here? He goes, I'll do 25. All right, that's good. I'm going. I'm grabbing the box and I'm gone. Whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. But anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and I'll stop here. It's 10:30. I don't want to push it too far. We've been going for about a little over an hour and a half. But man, I appreciate it, Steve, hopping on. Mark, thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
We'll do it again here soon.
Yeah, it's good talking with you guys.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. So we'll see you all again real soon. Take care.
See ya.
Have a good night, everybody.
Peace. Bye now.